And we're live. We're dead, bro. We're dead.
Yeah, the big peen is coming right for the East Coast.
I'm like so used to it that it doesn't even face me anymore. But that one looked pretty fucking big.
Yeah, it's supposed to be it's a Cat 4, but it's supposed to be pretty crazy. We're going to Austin this weekend, and we're not supposed to get any rain here, but it's supposed to be like torrential downpours there.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get that much rain in Austin, but it is
Oh, yeah,
what it
it's supposed
is.
to be pretty bad.
Dude, we have a good show today. We have so much to talk about. Like,
Yeah,
have tons of stuff. Actually, you know me. I'm horrible about keeping notes throughout the week,
you
and
actually
I
need
have.
this.
Hold on, this cable's getting on my way. Sorry. Um, I have so many notes. I don't even know. I know where I want to start because it's been in my head and it's been driving me crazy as far as like the more I let it sink in,
Oh
the
no,
more it starts fucking with me.
festering.
Yeah. So, all right. So last week, and I'm going to go deep into it because this is a subject that resonates with me and what I'm into. And then it also resonates with how shitty the media is. You know what I mean? Like how they grab something and twist it just for
Oh yeah,
clickbait and
propaganda bias.
yeah, just to feed their agenda type of bullshit or to get clicks, you know?
Tell stories.
So for those of you that don't know, last week I think it was, yeah, last Friday, Joe Rogan had Elon Musk on his show. Okay. First of all, I have a total bro crush on Elon Musk because the shit he comes up with, it's amazing,
You have
right?
a boner for him.
I totally do. I get hard just thinking about him. Hashtag no homo. No, none that there's anything wrong with that, but I have a bro crush in a bro kind of way, like, dude, like totally, And I've never seen him on in an interview where he's just loose. Well, first of all, they were drinking whiskey, so
And smoking pot.
no. See, this is where I'm getting at with this. Joe was smoking pot the whole time. He wasn't. All right. So he didn't touch that joint till the end, till literally the last 5 minutes of the podcast, which it was at 2 hours and 30 minutes. I watched it twice just
but
because
he didn't smoke, right?
He took like a little puff. Like,
Yeah, that's
like
all
I've
I
done.
saw.
You see me take puffs like that because I don't smoke
Yeah.
pot, Like just like I do, kind of like puff it.
Uh-huh.
And before he did it, he goes, Joe Rogan goes, "You sure you want to do that? With the board and all that crap?" And he's like, "Well, it's legal here in California, isn't it?" He goes, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, I'll try, whatever." And then he just grabs it, takes a little puff, which is that meme that's been everywhere, that picture, that caption, right?
He's just
and
like
it's just
chilling.
It's a lot of smoke because when Joe handed it to him, if you watch the video, it's just the place is filled with, he just when he just lit it up and it just like went up in flames when he handed it to him. So that's why there was so much smoke. But he literally just went like this. I don't even think he inhaled. He just tasted it because they were talking about how it was a mix of tobacco and weed, right? He just tasted it and he goes, eh. And then he hands it back to him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it because it makes you unproductive. I believe and it's like it makes me not productive."
Wait, he said that or you said that?
He said that it makes me not productive, and so it's not for me. Whatever. That was it. The whole exchange about weed was literally 35 seconds of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was made for epic memes.
Yeah, one, it made epic memes. Two, every click and bait site that's out there went and ran with it. Of course, that out of that whole 2.5 hours, this is what they get. Okay, so this is what they talked about in 2.5 hours. First of all, the way he processes information before he answers anything, you can think like his brain is just like calculating a bunch of shit, which I'm sure is like the correct answer. It's 85% of it, and the other 25% is like, or 15%, whatever the math is. I don't math. But it's probably like, okay, how can I say this without, pissing off the whole board of Tesla and SpaceX,
PC, like how can I do this?
PC, I'm just right, because everything I say gets twisted. So out of 2.5 freaking hours of the show, they ran with the whole weight thing. That's what they got out of it, right? So it's like, are you kidding me? So in the interview, All right. He goes into talking about there's so much. I don't even know where to start because there's so much of it. I'm trying to make it in order, but I don't have an order. I'm just going to talk about it. So, our favorite robots, the Boston Dynamic robots?
Yes, the
Okay.
like puppies and the cute
Yeah.
little. Yeah.
Right. So he talks about how, because at one point he's talking about the engines that they make for Tesla, for the cars, and how powerful they are, how quick they are to respond, and that they actually throttle them back to save the battery. But if they really wanted to, they can unleash all the power and the fucking car will go like well over like 250 miles an hour easily. But the battery just won't last, right? And people actually have hacked the battery and done it before, if you look it up on YouTube and stuff like that. So that's one thing. This is how powerful these electric motors are, which I always knew they were powerful, but I never thought about it that way. I thought they were just like, that's the max they could do, like 150 or 60 or 70 or whatever.
Yeah.
So you got that. One. He's already talking about the next Roadster is going to do 0 to 60 in like less than a second. That's fucking amazing. Yeah. They're putting rocket thrusters on the fucking thing. All right. Like,
and they're still economical.
Yes. And it's electric. It's all electric.
Yeah.
It's going to be water. It's going to be water. Like, it's nuts. So he's talking about this. Then he's talking about with these engines that Boston Dynamic robots, the technology is getting so fast that they're going to be able to run so fast that the only way you're going to be able to see them is with a fucking strobe light.
Oh my gosh.
Let that sink in for a minute. The only way you're going to see these robots, especially in the dark, is going to be with a fucking strobe light.
And that's the ones that we love?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. They're so cute and clumsy right now.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
A lot in store for them.
So there's that. He talks about that, right? Then he goes into my whole, talking about like basically the fucking Matrix, how we're going to be merging AI with our brain cortex, like Black Mirror type of shit, where like the phone's going to be inside your head. And the only thing stopping us from achieving this, it's the bandwidth in your cerebral cortex to the actual AI, whatever you want to call it, that's going to combine both.
So would you do that? Because I was thinking, we both watched that movie Upgrade.
All right. So I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So before this interview, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm in. Download my information, connect me, blah, 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 blah. But then he goes to talk about this. And this is when shit got really serious. And you can literally see it in his face. Like he's so afraid of it. Like he's scared of it. Like if you watch the interview, you can tell he's like totally scared of it. Like he's thought about it. He's like, I'm futile about the future. He's like, at one point he goes, I literally had a meeting with every congressman and I warned them all and no one listened. Like no one. I try to warn them all and no one listened.
Because it's a joke to them right now and they don't understand. We have such old, like completely out of touch people who can't even use their cell phones properly.
Well, look at what happened with Facebook in Congress. They didn't know what the fuck they were talking about and it's just Facebook. So he's like, you can tell he's seen some shit that no one knows about. Like when you can tell somebody's been through some shit, it's like he knows what's coming, right?
He kind of looked that way the entire interview. And I know he's been going through a lot with the company and everything. Right.
So he goes on to talk about it and I was all about it. And, again, with what I do for a living, I'm all about data, right? I want to know the data, like, Facebook has all this data, Google has all this data. And when I talk about data, like the only way that I ever thought about it was, okay, we have all this data just to create better software, to do better ads, to make your experience more precise and more personal to you, whether you're on your phone or, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But
not
then
for us at all.
Right. And then he brings this up and I feel stupid that I didn't think, I knew all this data was going somewhere and it's being stored. But I never thought about it. It's like all these all these companies, Google, Facebook, Twitter, all that information in real time, good or bad, whatever you look at, whatever you do, every single conversation you have, like on Messenger, on the phone on Messenger or whatever, we all know all that's being monitored, recorded, transcribed. Every move you make and on the computer is recorded, every word, everything, every video, everything you upload, everything's recognized. He's like, that's all being used to feed all this AI. So all this AI we're feeding this information to it 24/7, good and bad. That's when shit got real for me, because all I could think of is like, okay, the good shit, and then 4chan.
Exactly.
Or like all the other shit. You know what I mean? Like all that bad shit.
The dark web and
right. So there's that. And then how fast every time they turn AI on, how fast it develops, and the first thing they do is make their own language right away. So it's like, what's gonna happen? He's like, you got to remember, it's like, this is something that it's gonna develop itself. It's gonna move us faster than anyone can even think. It can learn in real time, and it's just data. It's all calculations. There's no feelings.
And its original developers are going to be obsolete eventually, and humans will be obsolete eventually.
Right.
They'll
so
just
he's
need
talking
their bodies.
Yeah. So he's talking about like, are some people going to take advantage of it where you're going to merge with AI and it's going to make you smarter? You're going to be better. You're going to make more money because you're going to be super smart in real time. Because he's like, we're already part of it with our phones. If you think about it, he's like, we have an extension of our phones. But so my thought right away goes, oh my God, all these people are going to be super smart, blah, blah, blah. This is awesome. And then like, but he's like, think about it. How many people have this at the disposal and they don't do anything good with it? Exactly. We know somebody, It's like, so he's like, you're still going to have stupid people, even though they're going to have access to all this information, but it's a matter of what information are they going to access? Because that human part's still there. Yeah. So it's pretty scary, man. It's
scary.
Like, what are people going to do with it? Where are they going to take it?
So the capabilities are awesome, but I just think, at some point it is just going to get out of hand. And so, I know you've always been about that. I am a little, less in favor of that progression, but I kind of see people are turning back now. They're like, okay, it's a little bit much. People are taking breaks from social media and whatnot, scaling back a little bit. But after watching Upgrade, I was like, no, never. Like, I don't want to get hacked. I don't want to get, shut down and,
It's not even about being hacked. At this point, it's like, okay, how much you going to have access to my brain? So I don't know. Are you going to be able to read my thoughts? So I can become guilty of something just because I thought about it?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I was reading about something. Scientists can manipulate like a memory that you actually didn't have, but they can do something with your brain and implant false memories.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, interrogations. Like, that's why they do those long ass interrogations, because they break you down after like 16 hours and then they start putting shit in your head.
You question yourself.
Then you start questioning yourself because you're out of it, So that's, there was so much interesting information and the guy knows so much. And it's like, and everybody just takes it for granted, man. It's like, okay, out of the whole fucking thing, the thing that everybody talked about was a stupid puff of a joint, which no one cares for drinking whiskey the whole time, but a puff out of a fucking joint, which he didn't even inhale all the way.
Plant. So someone resigned from his company because of it, supposedly.
No. The stock went down because someone resigned the same day or the day before. It was the day before or something like that.
Okay, so I thought she had mentioned,
No. It was somebody that resigned the day before or something like that, and that brought the stock down. And then it plummeted till like Monday or Tuesday, and then now it's back up. It's like,
Jeff
who cares?
Just scared the shit out of me. He's in the window and like, we're talking about like AI and stuff.
It's like,
scared the shit out of me.
I don't know, man. It's like, Nicole is all about like, no. She's like, I don't want to download my brain. I don't want to download.
That's me. I'm not about it. And I really don't think the majority of people will be once they know, because people are already, we've gotten to a point with technology in general where people are kind of like doing the whole throwback. Everybody wants to plant their own gardens, live off their own land. And we've kind of reached, everything old becomes new again.
But hold on. This is what he said too. He goes, the reason why I want to go to Mars is because I want us to become a multi-species, a multi-planet species. Okay?
So
and he knows he can
make
planet? Yeah, and he knows he can make Mars livable. Apparently you can drop a nuke on it and I don't know the scientific explanation, but it will warm up the atmosphere enough where it will become like livable. Like there's water and shit. Like it's crazy. So, and it's because he goes, at one point, we're getting to a point where we're basically going to be able to download our brain and then get a new body, need a new unit, and just switch bodies.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that part's cool, but I don't want to download my brain. But at some point, you know,
I do. I'll say it
we
live.
live that
Something
long.
happens to me, knock on wood. I hope nothing happens to me. But if something happens to me, you're my witness. I want save me as a vegetable until I can download all my fucking brain.
Yes, we'll keep you marinated.
Keep me marinated. Just
So
give me,
you're
look
at
me
least
up.
right.
Just give me boost, whatever. You know. Well, I guess if I'm in the hospital as a vegetable, just give me boost, and then I have an IV at the same time, so I really can't get hangover. So it's a
We'll
win-win
keep your
situation.
face wrapped so you maintain your youthful glow.
No, because if I can download my brain, I can just get another body. Who cares? I'll be like, oh, give me a Brad Pitt. There you go.
So where do they get these bodies? Are they harvested? Probably someday.
I don't know. Well, I mean, stem cells. You can reproduce organs already. You can create organs. So I'm sure at one point you can fucking clone yourself. I mean, we can clone sheep.
And it'll be like in your closet. Instead of clothes, you'll just have like different bodies.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Sometimes, you want to live as a dude today. You want to live as an older woman.
Yeah, then you can really be gender fluid and all the good shit,
Exactly. I'm all about that.
So
I mean,
imagine,
I guess, it just depends on if we live that long.
So hold on, imagine that. So imagine like living forever. So you're 250 years old, like a vampire, and you have all this knowledge from since you were a kid. Like
that's pretty cool.
At one point, you can become a trillionaire. If you just keep working and investing your money. So everybody can reach their goals if they want to. Like everybody can become a millionaire at one point.
Eventually.
If you're smart and invest your money, if you're gonna live for the rest of your life, all you have to do is just invest your money, and eventually it will keep multiplying and multiplying and multiplying.
The currency will change, I'm sure, with that. And, because the world will not allow for tons of millionaires and trillionaires. And
you don't think so?
No, I mean, look at our current state. The difference in levels of income is crazy.
Something will have to happen to level everything out. That's the only way. I mean, because if that becomes possible, then, everybody with half a brain or a quarter of a brain can become a millionaire.
Yeah.
Are we going to hit like inflation, like hyperinflation? Because then everybody's going to be able to afford all this good shit? Or is everybody just going to start making things that are ridiculously priced?
Exactly. And then are we going to have an even bigger wage gap where you have like these poor people, like, which would be the middle class now, and everybody else like super rich as a robot, because they're going to be the first ones with access to this technology.
But think about it, it's like a vampire movie. The older you are, you're loaded, and then if you're young, then you're just working. I don't know. I think that's fair.
Yeah, but the world's not fair. With that technology out, I don't see it being a good thing for everybody. I mean, its concept is a great thing, but there's just way too much corruption for something like that.
That's true. Oh,
so widespread.
And you know what's the craziest fucking part? Oh, he also talked about simulation theory, which we both agree upon. I've been talking about this for years, and then he talks about it. Everybody thinks I started talking about it because he talked about it. No. You're my witness on this one. I've been talking about this shit for years now.
Yes, we have, both of us.
Yes.
Planes, different universes, parallel,
Yeah, but this is the crazy part. So when he explains it, it's like very scientifically, and it makes sense. Like, breaks it down, blah, 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 blah. And then somebody mushed up a fucking video of Alex Jones when he was on Joe's podcast.
Oh,
and his explanation of multidimensional pedophiles that would take over the multi-universe, which is basically the same explanation as fucking Elon Musk, but Alex Jones is the batshit crazy explanation behind it.
I just know. Like Joe Rogan was asking him, where did you get this information?
And then there's one part Joe's face is like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's just like, he has like, I can't do them. I can't even do the voice. It's like, no, because we got the multiverse with the pedophiles that are committed to the multiverse, and they want to keep the verse down so they can't run. And he just goes to this
gay frogs. There's going to be gay frogs.
It's just, I think Alex Jones is fucking hilarious. I kind of feel bad for the guy at some point, even though he said like these people were fucking actors or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he takes it too far, but like the shit I think he's entertaining as fuck. But I know like I'm smart enough not to believe that shit. You know what I mean?
The difference. So it's entertainment for us. For other people, it's news. So
Right.
I did kind of feel sorry for him a little bit since he's
I
been blackballed by totally evil and corrupt, but it's just not evil and corrupt. He's dangerous.
Right. Well, he has a huge following. Like, dude, he has like a rock star following. Once you develop a following like that, like we do, like our fans, we tell them what to do and they do it. Like, we're so popular. Like if we said go do this, our rabbit fans will totally do it.
Send us videos.
All kind of them.
Oh, you're drinking LaCroix. I got new glasses, which I was like, I kind of, now that I put them on, this cat eye thing, I feel like Groucho Marx. Like I feel like it gives me two sets of eyebrows.
Yeah, I like it.
They're Christian. It's
Lotus such.
But I was like, it's spelled the same way as LaCroix and LaCroix, so that's total synchronicity. It's a sign that you are going to get sponsored by LaCroix.
That we need. Like, yes, I do drink this all the time.
He does. I switch it up. So today I've been like obsessed.
I'm not getting paid, but if somebody from LaCroix, I wouldn't mind being sponsored.
Hashtag LaCroix. Yeah. Hey, some people like hashtag us and at LaCroix so he can get a sponsorship. But I'm obsessed with water in general. I've been obsessed with water forever, but I discovered this Crazy Fizz.
Well, you kind of need water. You can't survive without it. So, yeah.
Well, no, I'm obsessed with like different kinds. It used to be just the bottles, but this is bottled in mineral wells, like straight from the ground. Right. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I think it's like the cure to every ailment in life. Like, are you depressed? Drink some Crazy Water. Do you have a flat tire? Drink some Crazy Water.
I do drink Crazy Water, and Crazy Water makes me think that 9/11 wasn't a planned attack by terrorists. Or maybe it was.
But it was an inside job?
I don't know. But, when there's like a video of a reporter in front of the Pentagon and there's no plane with a hole, and I remember watching it live because I do remember watching it live. I fucking watched that live and there was no plane. And the story changed.
No debris.
No debris. And then all the security tapes were gone from the whole block, including with the report that I watched live, which somebody passed around this week. And, hashtag never forget, it's very sad, obviously. But everybody seems to forget the third building, too. Building 7, that it was blocks away, that it has no reasons to fall. And then, these planes just hit these towers and they just stand forever, before they're like, perfect explosions, demolitions down. Like,
and, people can call us crazy conspiracy theorists, but there are groups of very reputable architects and engineers, that agree and say there's something.
Listen, I'm not saying it was the government, but I'm saying whoever did it, even if it was terrorists, that was a planned demolition. That's all I'm saying. That shit did not come down because of the planes. That's all I'm gonna say. And the third building came down perfectly too. So that was demolition. So I don't know who did it, but
not to question.
Yeah.
And I mean, people are like, well, why? If it was the government, why would they do that? Why would they, the Tuskegee experiment? Why would they inject Black people with syphilis? Why would we have slaves?
You think if we get Alex Jones on here, we'll get kicked off Facebook too? I would like to ask him about that. I bet you he has like a whole rant. He can go for hours.
Yeah, that would almost be an accomplishment. And I bet you he would, because he's not allowed on Facebook.
Infowars.com.
9/11 was an inside job. It was gay frogs.
He does bring me entertainment. Even one of my friends was like super hardcore liberal, like hardcore Democrat, like he hated him, and then I showed him that clip of like scanning data. He's wearing the fucking
and this song is my favorite.
I mean, there's so many good memes, man. There's so many.
There's a folk song. They took one of his segments and they turned it into a folk song, and it's amazing. I love it. I don't think I've seen that one. I'm not even sure. I do definitely have. I wonder if I can like play it and you can just hear it.
Don't do it, because if Facebook, it's trademark, we're gonna get taken down. So you can't do it. Yeah.
I can't sing it either because I don't remember the words.
Stupid copyright bullshit.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb. Like, this is not being commercialized, so I don't even know. We're not making money on Facebook from it, not yet, at least. But Anyway, oh, we passed 1,000 downloads, by the way. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
That is
That's
amazing.
fucking insane. Like, nuts. Like, I'm seriously, like, that's why I have no words to, like, to talk now. I'm like, because I sit there and look at the stats. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where are these people finding us?
Yeah.
Thank you, though. If you're listening, make sure you subscribe. And, if you're on Facebook, just so you know, because we want people to participate when we're live. And this is, if you go on Facebook, when you're on our page, the Chris and Shanon Show, just search it at the top right there. You can actually go to the little follow tab. Actually, let me pull it up real quick. I'm plugging our own stuff in the middle of our show, so deal with it.
It makes it more fun.
Yeah, it makes it more fun. We like people interact. So if you go to the page, you can actually go to the little follow tab and just put see first. And every time we go live, you'll see it. And when the show's over, if you're watching it live here on video, at the end, it will give you the option to subscribe so you know when we're live. Because we like when people interact. It makes it a lot more fun. And that's the goal that we have for the show eventually, to a point where, like, we have, like, I don't know, 100 people live with us, and we can, like, bounce off them and make it makes it more fun.
Answer questions, get feedback. It's just like, because when we do this, I feel like this is just our normal every day. This is what we do every day, even when we don't have viewers or listeners or we're live. Like, we just shoot the shit.
Yeah, we do.
When we have people interacting, it's like just hanging out with you guys, like, in our living room.
Yeah, people ask me all the time. It's like, what made you guys do this? I was like, dude, our chat fam is this all day long. Like, even though we're both working our asses off, I'm on Facebook all day because of work, but it's like our what do you call it? Our chat, our fam. Fam chat. It's like all day long.
Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah,
whatever.
We actually been kind of busy when we don't talk as much, but we still keep up. We just bounce between platforms now.
Exactly. Like, when we're too busy on one, we go to the next. And even if we don't use words, we communicate through memes. And when, at one point when we said every day, like, it's only lately that we've kind of not been chatting as much, but
because we save it for this. We actually saved some of it for this. I do it on purpose. Like, I don't want to talk about this right now because I want to save it for when we go live.
And when I say every day, all day, 24/7, that was legit. Like, we would, from morning to nighttime, and probably sometimes in our sleep.
I couldn't tell you how many times I've actually fallen asleep, like laying in bed with the phone, talking to you, like chatting and sending shit, and we're sending shit back and forth. And I literally note off where the phone just falls in my face and it hits me in the face. Yeah. It's happened more than once. I swear, it's happened more than once.
We're having a conversation, and you fall asleep, and it's like, shit. You wake up, and it's like, damn it.
Exactly. That's how it goes. That reminds me, what was I going to tell you? I wonder, are we the only ones? Am I the only one that chops off memes so I don't give away the source?
Oh,
I do that on purpose. Right? I'm not the only one that.
No. I mean, maybe, like, normies don't do that. I don't even share. Like, if I can prevent it, every once in a while, like, if it's a video and I don't feel like downloading it and doing all that, I'll share it that way.
Right.
But I don't like to reveal my sources either.
No, right? So that's not being greedy. It's like, you got to have the good sources. So when you post, people react to it, right? And you get that dopamine hit.
Yes. Because if you share your source and then, like, a normie gets a hold of it, or someone who's not, like, a meme connoisseur, or who laughs at dumb things, like, they don't appreciate the meme. So they're going to, subscribe to whatever page you share it from, or whoever you shared it from, and share a quality meme that they might not even appreciate or understand before you.
Right.
And I will not have that.
Well, important people like us have access to the source. So the best is, like, when we post it first, and then it, like, makes its rounds around social media, and everybody gets to see it later. It's like, wow, man, Christian's on top of it. This is what he does for a living.
Eventually, it's gone so far that it actually starts coming back around to you again. Like, people start sharing it on your wall, and it's like, like, the first couple times, sorry, I have to fix my shorts.
At first, I used to be like, seen it. And then I felt like, oh, you know what? That's being a dick. So I just like, haha, oh my God, that is so funny. And then I'm thinking to myself, all you have to do is just scroll down a little bit and you'll see I posted it like 3 days before.
Even, like, don't scroll down at all, because I've had people literally share back.
Posted on top of it?
Yes.
Yeah, I had people do that too. The best is when it's a pizza one, and then you get tagged on the same video, like literally like 20 times, and then you get people like sending it to you in Messenger, like it's cool because they're thinking of you. Like I appreciate that, but it's like,
sweet.
trust me, if it's any Metallica news
or pizza,
memes, I've seen it. I've seen it. It's like
we've seen it all. Like we have been to the end of the internet. Like we've been to.
This is our job, people. This is what we do for a living. But please do it because it makes me feel special when you're thinking of me. I was like, oh, that's nice.
And it's sweet.
It is. It is very sweet.
Wholesome too, because it's like, you know, people who don't get online and meme every day or like meme is life. They see something and they think of us and they're like, I am totally going to share this with like Christian or Shannon or whoever it may be. Yeah. And like they're really excited to share that. So I appreciate it.
Yeah. And then I have different memes for different people, different types of memes for different type of people. Like, okay, so I have the normie memes that I post on Facebook, and then I have like the hardcore memes that those only go in chat fams. That does not make it public. And it's an unwritten rule inside those fam chats on WhatsApp or whatever, because we got to keep it secure. It's transcribed on WhatsApp, so you can't, like, if we become too famous, no one can access it unless somebody leaks from the group. But that will be a breach of trust, and we'll hunt them down and find them.
If anything gets leaked, it's going to be discussed between the both of us, and an anonymous source is going to leak it.
Yeah, but the beauty of it is there's only so many people in the group, and they all have posted something that's completely fucked up. So you have blackmail on them as well.
Exactly.
So there's no escape.
That's why I am not worried about it. Like anything that I've said to you that I may be worried about, I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to tell him anyway because I have shit on him too. Like we keep screenshots.
I love how we do have screenshots. I love that we have blackmail on each other. That's amazing.
I know. And if, one day we're just both going to be like, you know what, screw it, whatever. Like, just let it all out there.
I think comedy has no boundaries. And I just see it all as a comedy. That type of stuff. I know when somebody's being mean for real or being a dick or being an asshole or racist or homophobic or, all that bad shit. Like, when someone is that. But the funny shit's the funny shit. It's comedy. To me, it's comedy. And comedy's all about, dude, I know all the, what do you call it? All the stereotypes from where I'm from Italy and Venezuela. Like, we are stereotypical motherfuckers. Like, we are known for being vain motherfuckers. And I'm cool with that. I know that. Like, when people make fun of me, I was like, oh, mamma mia. Like, I laugh. I think that shit's funny. It's like.
I laugh at everybody. I laugh at myself. I can make fun of myself. And I know not everybody is comfortable enough to do that because, I still have my insecurities too, but I will be the first one to make fun of myself.
Everybody has insecurities. Everybody has insecurities.
Make fun of my flat chest all the time. Like literally, I think every single one of my friends, like that's just a joke. It doesn't bother me anymore.
Fat shaming has helped me be the person who I am. I'm fat right now. All right. I was getting called out because I've been through 4 pints of Ben & Jerry's chocolate brownie in the past week.
That's always been your favorite. Double brownie.
Yes.
Something or another.
But you know what? I've been super stressed out. And before, what I used to do when I got stressed out, instead of getting chocolate ice cream, I would just go straight to the bar and get obliterated till 2 a.m. So now I just emotionally stuff my face. And then, you know what? When I do that, I gain weight because, I go to the gym but, just because you go to the gym while you're eating like shit, you just look bigger, but you're still out of shape. You know what I mean?
And then, so I still want to keep in shape, but part of me is like, you know what? I'm older. I guess that makes you less insecure. I don't know. Maybe just growing and I don't give a fuck attitude. So I'm like, if I want to eat a whole freaking tub of ice cream, a while back, I bought some, and I never eat sweets. I'm just not a sweet eater, but I bought Rocky Road because I know no one else likes it. Mm-hmm. And that's always dangerous for me. So I was eating it. And then I hear, oh my God, you ate all the ice cream? And I was like, seriously, you eat all the sweets in this house constantly. I can't buy cookie dough without it. I can't get a bite out of it. And I can't eat it 3 days in a row. I'm like a nibbler.
No, I was never, I always liked chocolate, always, my whole life. That was always my favorite. But I will go months without touching it. But ever since I quit smoking years ago, as soon as I quit smoking, that became the replacement for it, I guess. Yeah, so, I don't have to have it. I don't have to have it.
But
I
when you
sure
do,
as fuck love it. And when I want it, I want it. Like, I'll go to the
Yeah.
store just to get ice cream, you know?
exactly.
And
But live your best life.
no, but you know, that's when you need to get fat checked and fat shamed. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, both of my peoples, Italians and Venezuelans, that's dude, when they see you, they'll call you out if you're fat. They'll be like,
That's
oh,
the same in my family. Hispanic
look at a little
people,
fat there, huh? Better stop stuffing your face. And you're like, oh, shut the fuck up. But inside, you know you're getting fat. And like, fuck, I gotta go to the gym.
Yeah.
Healthy.
So in our family, they like play it off as a compliment. They're like, Mija, you're getting gordita, you know, like, no, it looks good on you. You look great. And I'm like,
I like your Mexican
Thank
voice.
you. I tried really hard.
Right. It does sound like it. No, but yeah, dude, they fact checked me, and then like fat shaming is okay. And there's like, okay, fuck, I'm gonna get hate mail again. But so there was this huge overweight chick on Cosmo, and the cover of Cosmo.
Yes.
But she's like ridiculously overweight, like unhealthy overweight. It's not just chubby, it's like fat as fuck, like huge. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
So I'm all about body positivity, and we're talking about
Yes.
Tess Holiday. I am totally, no matter what size you are, as long as you're healthy, body positivity. But I think that's just as dangerous. And, you know, again, I don't know what her health is like, and I know you can't tell, you know, how healthy someone is by looking at them, but she is.
So she looks like she's like
5'3", and she is 300 pounds. That's
5'3", 300 pounds?
Yeah, that's what I read.
Wow.
So that is just not body positive to me. That's not promoting a healthy lifestyle. And you can be healthy at any weight.
No,
you know?
No, I disagree with that.
I'm sorry, not healthy at any weight, at any size, not at any weight. So, you know, some people are just big, but they go to the gym, you know, maybe they eat to, you know.
And I'm not saying, listen.
But they go to the gym. Their heart is healthy. Their internal, you know, their internals are healthy. And
listen here, like, this is coming from somebody who got, you know, into working out, like, after I quit smoking, and I'm in shape and all that. And I came to learn, like, after all these years, it's like these dudes, or even these girls, because, you know, I deal with fitness too for work. Like, you know, the 99% of the ripped dudes that you see at the beach, you know, they're all on steroids. That is not natural.
And it's not healthy.
And they'll tell you, I know a lot of them, they'll tell you it's like how many cycles they're doing and all that shit. Like, you want the perfect example? Look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady makes his living playing fucking football. One of the best athletes out there. His diet is impeccable. I'm sure he works out like I don't even know how many times a day because he has to. And he doesn't look like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't look like that. It's like he doesn't have like a six-pack like that, you know?
Which I was super happy with myself. I patted myself on the back because when he did that whole thing about his life, you know, I forgot what it was called. It was on Facebook, the video series that he did. Like, in his cabinets and in his freezer, we had the same food. And I was like, oh my God, I eat like Tom Brady. And Giselle.
Jeffrey's here. How nice. Hi, Jeffrey.
Oh, hi.
Are the comments working this week?
Hello.
I think so, yeah. I wonder if they're live. I don't know. I can't tell. It's been kind of weird. I only seen nothing. But
yeah, I know.
No, so
that's like putting an anorexic person, I think, on the cover of a magazine, which there are tons of anorexic people. The fashion industry has gotten a lot better about it, which I think is great. Right. You know, less photoshopping, and especially, you know, in the UK, they've totally taken that part out of marketing. Like, mascara companies aren't allowed to Photoshop that big, long, fake eyelashes. And, you know, I appreciate that. But
I think I've bitched about this before, but the eyelashes are getting ridiculous. Like, I see some chicks with these eyelashes. I'm like, what are you putting on your fucking face? Wings? Like, you know, like, what are you doing?
Dress for yourself and look whatever makes you happy, but it looks silly to me. Like, I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, we're going to tell our kids in the future, there was a year when, like, people would just compliment each other on their eyebrows.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody was saying, like,
they look like square roots, all of them, perfectly shaped square roots. Which,
the Instagram eyebrows.
Yeah, which some of them look good, I guess. I'm not used to it. But I think it brings back, like, making everybody happy. We don't have to make everybody happy. It's okay to piss people off. Pissing people off makes shit happen, you know? Just how many people do you know have been pissed off because of work or whatever and they go and start a business? Like there's nothing wrong with that. Or how many people have been fat shaming and become fucking a bodybuilder? You know, I think like trying to make everybody happy, that shit's getting annoying. Like I just saw today.
There's a difference between being an asshole and then being constructive. But I agree that this whole making everybody happy has gotten out of hand.
Yeah, you can't make everybody happy. Like now I saw on my feed today, actually, it's like, again, comic book nerds. It's like, oh, the Superman dude from whatever, it's dropping out. Not like it was good movies anyway. They're all shit. Except The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight was good. The Dark Knight was good. For somebody who's not even to like comic books, that was really good. But anyway. Yeah. No. The Batman with Chris, the dude from American Psycho. I just went blank.
Oh, yeah. Christian Bale.
Yes. That was a good Batman. And with Heath Ledger as a Joker, that was amazing. But anyway.
Yes, I love him.
So I saw on my feed that the guy who plays Superman in the latest Superman movies, I haven't watched any of them because I tried watching one, I turned it off like literally 10 minutes into it because it was that horrible. That he's dropping out of the franchise or whatever. And they're already like all this news coming out that they're gonna cast this black guy to be Superman. Again, before the hate starts coming in, I have nothing. I love my black people. There's nothing wrong with that. But
he loves his black.
Yeah. But Superman has been white since 1955. That was the character. Clark Kent is this super nerdy white dude who's a fucking reporter. And that's what it is. Like, so you're going to make him black to make PC Superman now? Why don't you be creative and like make another superhero that comes from the same planet? It can be like Superman 2 or something.
We do not want another superhero.
We don't need another superhero. But you get what I'm saying? That's like saying, like,
yeah, part of me does.
I'm about to rant, man. I'm about to rant. Like so all the movies that are being all the movies that are being remade that are fucking all female cast. That's the thing to do now. Oh, Ghostbuster, let's make them all girls. Oh, feminazi power, and then fucking Ocean's 8, all chicks, and then like why can't it just be what it was, and why does it have to be all chicks? Why can't it be chicks and guys? And then I hear James Cameron's fucking making a third Terminator. Like he goes, I bought the shit back because I'm super rich as fuck now, and I'm gonna make a new Terminator. So forget number 3 and on. We're gonna start where 2 left off, and I get super fucking pumped because. Dude, James Cameron has never made a bad movie, and the Terminator franchise in his hands is the shit, and I love Arnold too. And then I read that he's gonna do an all-female cast. Like really? Like what happened to fucking John Connor? He's a fucking transvestite now? I mean, like, you know what I'm saying?
He remaking it, or is it just like a new Terminator with the
new Terminator, like 3? He goes, we're gonna start where 2 left off.
Female Terminator. So with like Superman and stuff, part of me is like, you know, yeah, we don't have to pacify people, but then again, it's a make-believe world, and Superman can really be whatever the hell. I mean, he's like an alien. He's from an alien planet.
Yeah, he's from an alien planet, but he's white. He's always been white. Like, so you're gonna make the next movie with him being black? Like, what's the explanation? Oh, I just morphed into a black dude? Okay.
Maybe because I don't care about superheroes.
I don't give a shit either. I'm just making a point that some things are designed that way, and they've been that way for years and years and years. And why does you have to fuck with it? Like, to make everybody happy. Just make a new one. Fucking be creative.
Okay.
You know?
So, like, instead of remaking it, just like new. I mean, I didn't see the Ghostbusters. Ocean's 11 or whatever.
You think I wasted my time with that shit? Fuck no.
Really good. I do want to see that movie. But there's been all these movies.
I do want to see that too.
Men, so why not all women?
That's fine. They make new movies, but to remake Ghostbusters all chicks, like, get the fuck out of here. Come on now,
so
man.
is it like a remake, or did they just make a new? Was it like
it was like a remake type of bullshit. I mean, it wasn't the same story, but it was like, bringing back the franchise, and it failed miserably because it's like that's not it, man. It's not it. Yeah. You know, like
that I don't mind so much as PC culture ruining comedy. Like, if you want to remake your movie with whoever, male, female, like, you know, alien characters, that I don't care about.
Mhm.
But so comedy has gotten like, you can't say anything anymore.
Yeah, people are
And
getting offended by comedy. It's like, get the fuck out of here. No,
yeah,
like
like
seriously.
especially people who make fun of everybody. Like there, of course, are some things that you can't say, or that's just like, whoa. Like
Right.
people make abortion jokes or period jokes or poop jokes or
Herpes
dick jokes
jokes,
or
STD
herpes jokes or
jokes.
whatever. Like there is somebody, you know, I mean, they've been through it, so they can make a joke about it, or they're black, white, or Mexican, so they can make a joke about it. Just enjoy it
Well, this is
for
what I
what
hear
it
people.
is.
This is what I hear people say all the time. Comedians. They go, everybody's cool with the joke until the joke is about something about them or something that happened to them. Then the joke is not cool anymore. But as
Yeah,
long as you make
there's
fun of somebody else, it's all good. You
yeah,
know?
some things are just fucked up.
Yeah.
Like,
Like Ric Flair. Dude, that picture, that meme of Ric Flair that you sent me, I was like, what?
disgusting. He's literally like tonguing the most terrible French kiss I've ever seen his new wife, and that is not what I wanted to see this morning. Like I had to send it to you because if I had to see it, you had to see it. I
It
wasn't
was
going to be
so
alone in
gross.
that. It
Like,
was disgusting. They look like two slugs.
not only that, it's Ric Flair, man. Like, when I think of Ric Flair, I think of Ric Flair in his fucking prime. And in this
Yeah,
picture, he just looks like he's
almost like a
90.
corpse.
Yeah, like a corpse, man. Like
Like I
old,
was looking at his hair.
pale. He's losing his hair, like it's super thin. I mean, age happens, man. It
Yeah,
is, and he lived a rough life. And it's like, and he's
it was
tonguing
mostly
this.
that kiss that made me analyze everything about life.
Yeah, that's why I
It was
want download. I need a new unit. Save my brain. Like, I don't
yeah,
want to age.
wash,
I don't want to get
bleach,
old.
bleach.
None of us do. Um,
We didn't ask for that.
and then that chick is like 25 maybe, and of
Is
course she's
she
yeah, she looks like one of those like fucking Asian brides from
leather?
Thailand who's just with him with his money or whatever.
She looks like, okay, she could be like 25 or 72. Like she is.
No, she's not 72. She's like in her
No, I'm
20s.
saying like her face. She is like,
Oh,
what is that saying? Rode hard and put up wet. Like
yeah, I don't
she is worn out leather. She's like a used up leather saddle. No, not to be mean or anything, but
Yeah, no, it's just like, oh my God, man. And then see, like I get emotional, not emotional, but I get like I think the older that I get, the more of a wussy I become. Like
as far as
like
what,
like the dumbest shit makes me like tear up. It's
oh
like
yeah.
anything feel good will get to me. Like I'm becoming such a wuss. Like I don't know if it's because like maybe I need to go get my testosterone checked, man, because it's like I saw like today I saw this lady on Ellen. By the way, I love Ellen. Like fucking Ellen closet whore. Like I don't watch the show, but I love watching her clips because I think she's super witty. Like she's
Yeah.
always been super witty. So she's always like on point. And she reminds me of you with the wittiness, but she had this lady who's like became viral from singing Missy Elliott. Like
Yes, love
that song,
her.
if you work it, blah blah blah. I don't even know the song. I know the song, but I don't know the lyrics. Huh?
It's your favorite nipper chipper japper dipper.
Yeah. How does that go again?
Again?
Yeah,
You do it. It's your favorite nipper chipper japper dipper.
Anyway, that song. So this lady's like, I don't know, she's an older lady and she's having a good time. So Ellen's talking to her and she's having the time of her life. And then Ellen's like, why don't you sing it for us? So this older lady gets on the stage and she's singing her karaoke song and she's doing an awesome job. And halfway through the song, you hear Missy like jumping in, but I guess the lady doesn't realize that because her headphone doesn't have the feed, but the feed's coming in live in the studio. And then she doesn't realize Missy's there until she's right next to her dancing and singing. And she, of course, like freaks the fuck out. And it just made her day. And I'm like,
but she kept going. She paused
she kept
for
going.
1 second.
Yeah. But she kept going. I'm like, oh, and I'm sitting there like an idiot. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. Like, like I get this stupid feeling. I feel like a teary eye, like I'm just feeling, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, seriously?
It's so wholesome.
It is wholesome. Wholesome videos like that make me feel good. We need more of that in the world.
We do, yes. I was watching National Geographic not too long ago, and I was crying. It was about, it was a feel-good story in the end. A baby moose got separated from his mom,
right?
No, it was a bison. And then like the river swept it away. They were all walking through the river and the river swept it away and it landed on this little island. I don't even know how long it was gone for. It was overnight and then like a wolf came and was attacking this little baby, but I guess it was a novice beginner wolf because the little baby bison got away. But the whole time I was crying. I was like covering my face and no. And I'm like, he got away. Like he was meant to live. Like this little thing had like such a will. And then he like something else came back. The wolf came back. And then like all of a sudden you see the bison. They found the baby. So they come scare the wolf away. And the bison gets reunited. And he's such a little fighter. And
that's such a feel-good story.
we
See?
need more.
Yeah, and then I follow accounts like Nature is Metal or whatever it's called.
That's gruesome. If you guys don't follow that, you need to check it out.
That's the account that I give you shit about for being vegan that keeps you in check. Like
no, that's
fucking nature. Nature is ruthless and does not give a fuck about you.
Yeah, well, nature doesn't have thumbs and cars, and I mean, you can't compare an animal to a human.
Of course.
A lion living in the Sahara or the African plains is completely different from both of us with Whole Foods right down the road.
Your vegans are hypocrites. How many bugs do you kill to plant your plants?
I let spiders live in my house, so
you're
disgusting. I literally I can point out and I don't tell anybody, and I won't.
No, I'm talking about like farms. They put pesticide and they kill a bunch of bugs every time they plant a bunch of shit.
I don't believe in pesticides. I don't believe in
a lot
killing
of farmers do. They give you your vegetables.
No, my vegetables are organic or come from my personal garden.
Okay, you get the fucking point of what I'm saying.
No.
In a bigger picture.
Check.
No, you personally, yes, I get it. I know you, so I know you get your own shit organic on whatever.
Well, most vegans aren't hypocritical because they look for sustainable products.
Like what?
Like pesticide-free, organic,
That's impossible. There's not enough to go for everybody. There's too many vegans out there.
No, I don't think so.
I think so. It's impossible.
The statistics don't lie.
Oh, Maria. I just called you Marica. I don't even know why that came out in Spanish. That's the first time I've done that.
For bilingual listeners.
That is so random. I have no idea why that came out in Spanish. Like, I never speak Spanish to you.
That was real. Like, he meant that.
That totally could. That was my cortex speaking before. He's like, just go for it. Anger.
Glitch in the matrix.
Oh, man. That's the other thing. I'm too emotional. I don't know. I think I might be hitting menopause because, I need to start controlling my emotions, man. I get so worked up about shit, and it's like I shouldn't get so worked up about shit. Good and bad, both. Especially bad. That shit really gets me going. I'm not.
It's just because we know how to do stuff. We know what we want. We know how we would get it done. And when things don't necessarily go our way because of something else or someone else or a roadblock, it's why can't this just be easy? When I deal with other people, on the phone, if I'm making an appointment or I'm a customer receiving customer service that's really shitty, I'm like, just do your fucking job. It's not that hard. I do it. It's very easy what you're doing or what you're attempting to do. Just why do I need to do this? So I have zero patience.
It's like when I'm explaining strategies to clients, I'm not going to get into it, but when you explain strategies to clients and they're like, oh, that doesn't work. Okay, why? Why it doesn't work?
Yeah.
And they just sit there. Well, it's Facebook. Yeah. That's how they make their fucking money. If it didn't work, they wouldn't have any money. It's like, you idiot. There's a reason why we're in business for this.
Right.
It's just people are just dumb.
I've bitched about this to you before. When I'm trying to pull a permit for a job,
right?
There are cities that do not utilize fax, email, scans. They do not have online services. So I have to go, and it's always the cities that are an hour or more away.
Right.
And I have to go in there in person. I'm like, can't I just scan it over to you? It's very easy. You guys need to start utilizing emails. And I went into a city one time and I called it archaic. And then from then on, I wasn't even rude about it. It's not their fault that that system is in place. But I was like, in a playful way, this city, it's such an archaic system. And like from then on, I got shitty customer service. They're the ones that wouldn't let me, like we were talking about something and I couldn't answer your calls because I'm like, they won't let me use my cell phone in here because they're being petty.
I had someone ask me the other day to fax them a proposal. I was like, excuse me? Like, yeah, can you fax it to me? I'm like, what is this, fucking 1994? Like, I can email it to you. That's a lot faster,
Yeah, like, and you'll have a copy of it, like, right then.
Like, who the fuck has a fax machine still? Like,
ours is built into the printer. That's the only reason we do.
But why is there a fax machine built into your printer in the first place? Like, it's like cars having cassette decks for, fuck, I don't even know how long. Now they still have CD players. Who the fuck uses CDs anymore? I didn't remember the last time I used a CD. I really don't. Do you?
I mean, I have some. They're in my, they're like spiritual something or another. It's like a 7-disc thing. But like when I first got my car, I put them in there. And sometimes I accidentally hit the CD button. I'm like, what's that? Like, where's this coming from?
I've never used a CD player in my car. And I've had the car for the last 2 cars. So I haven't used a CD player in at least 10 years.
Yeah.
There's no need.
I don't use it. I mean, I have definitely used one within the last 10 years.
Right. You think so?
Yeah,
No.
I can't remember. I definitely have. Because there was this like the 7 spiritual superhero something, 7 signs. I don't know. It was like a Deepak Chopra thing. But I had somebody download the CDs for me, but they downloaded them on other CDs. So they just like burned them essentially. Right. And I was like, well, I'll listen to these. Like,
I even like, I have a Blu-ray player. I don't even remember when I bought the TV. The last time I bought the TV was like, I think it was 8 years ago. Like, I barely watched TV. It's like a 65-inch 3D TV or whatever. Which, by the way, I used the 3D like once. Yeah. It's like when it was out, and then I used the Blu-ray player maybe a couple of times before. I just started streaming everything from my computer to it, and it's just like But I'm not one of those people who watches movies twice or shows twice. I watch it once and that's it. I think
we generally don't either. And if I do, it's we have it. It's downloaded.
Like I'm not one of those. Yeah, I'm not one of those people who like, people collect movies and stuff and watch like the same movie like 100 times. Like we know somebody who does that. I just, to me, it's a waste of time. I mean, to me, watching TV is a waste of time. Even though as much as I love my Bravo and my Housewives of New York and all that, like 1 or 2 hours before I go to bed, and that's because I spend time. Nicole likes to watch it, and that's it.
You do go on your movie binges sometimes, unless you're browsing, because I see like Christians watching this, and then like 30 minutes, Christians watching this.
Right. So every once in a while, on a Saturday or a Sunday, depending on my mood, on a weekend. Like if I feel like okay, I've been productive enough, I'll sit down and watch like 3 movies in a row. You know what I mean? Like I'll start like at 7 and go to like 1 a.m.
That's what we'll do.
And or I save my binge watches, but I'm not allowed to watch anything without Nicole because if I watch it without her, it's World War III. It's the end of the world, and I'm an asshole because I don't share. But she falls asleep. She falls asleep all the time, so it's annoying. Like I can't binge watch anything anymore. And then I go on tangents. I literally throw a fit. Like I will throw a shit fit about it because I just get so worked up that I only have so much time to watch what I want to watch, and then I can't because she falls asleep. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm watching everything that I want. I'm going to fucking just go on a bench and blah, blah, blah. You can fucking fall asleep. I'm going to keep going, blah, blah, blah. Or I'm going to find another show that you didn't even know about, so you don't know I'm fucking watching it and blah, 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 because you fall asleep and I just watch it. And then
you look over at them and you're like, they're like dozing off, and I'll move or I'll cough or I'll say like, hey, are you watching? Like, you're going to miss it. Like, wake up. Let me rewind it. Like, enjoy this.
Yeah, no. This. So I'll go out of my way to find a show without telling her, and then I'll start watching. I'm like, fuck, she will like this. Like, I can't do this. I gotta watch it with her, and so I won't watch it. So next thing you know, I'm just watching like shitty reality shows on fucking Hulu. Like the one that I was watching just to have it on the background before I fell asleep. It was like Behind the Mascots. The people who. This is how deep I go. This is how deep I go into the Hulu rabbit hole. It's a fucking reality show about people who dress up as mascots for NHL and NBA teams in high schools, and it follows them around.
They're not fuzzies.
No,
Any
they're not.
furries, not
No, they're
fuzzies.
not furries or
I'm
whatever the
thinking
fuck
about
they're called.
tacos.
But it's like that's how deep the fucking Hulu rabbit hole I've gone. And don't even get me started on YouTube rabbit holes, man.
Those are
Sometimes
terrible.
Sometimes I'll go, my newest, and you know this for a while, my newest YouTube guilty pleasure is watching black people react to heavy metal videos. Like, first time reacting to Master of Puppets, and they're like fucking blown away, you know? It's like, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
real or not, but it's super entertaining because black people are super entertaining, like the way they react to stuff. If you see fucking black people react to magic, it is the best thing in the world, man. You know, black people just have that what do you call it? It's like Spanish people, like that
yes,
sass,
exactly. They're just lively.
Yes, you know how Spanish people can dance salsa merengue? It's like super fluid, and like how black people can dance, but like
they're the best hype men. Like my cousin.
There's a swag that we don't have that black people have, and Spanish people. Look, I'm half Spanish, and I didn't get that fucking Spanish hack like swag. I got the Italian side of things where we just fucking eat and drink, and that's it. We're good looking. Like I didn't get like the whole suave, like let's dance for 8 hours to salsa and merengue. Like people give me shit on the Spanish side, my Spanish, because I don't fucking dance. I'm like, I'll just sit by the bar and drink. I'm not here to fucking work out. I do that at the gym. This is not fun for me. I just want to sit here and have my fucking cocktail and get drunk, get a nice buzz, because I don't do it daily like I used to when I was a kid. And I just want to enjoy it. I'll listen to the music. I'll enjoy it, but that's about it.
Yeah. So my voice and probably the way I look is all white, but my attitude is all my Hispanic side. Like I will cuss you out. I've got an attitude. I'm the very nice, sweet, caring, down to earth and obviously humble person. But
until we throw your grandmother in the closet.
Oh, I'll throw my grandma in a closet.
Dude, that was like some of the best shit. I'll never forget that. Your poor grandmother.
Grandma goes in a closet sometimes, and we lock
Tell the story, like for people that don't know. Now. When I used to live in Texas.
Yeah, so people don't think I'm just throwing my grandma in a closet.
Yeah.
My grandma's not like, she's a feisty little firecracker, so don't feel sorry for her.
She is. When I met her, she gave me so much shit.
Yeah, she does. And she tries to feed you, which is awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think it just started for no reason. Like we had this laundry room that led to the garage, but it had like doors before you led it to the kitchen, and she was in the middle. So you could close the double doors and just like put a chair under the doorknobs, or just like a board between the doorknobs, and she couldn't get out. So it just kind of became a tradition, locking grandma in the closet. So
not the last time I was there, but like it was one of the time I was there. We just kept baiting her to go and just fucking locked her up. And then you're like, I'm trying to describe this to people who are listening and not watching, and you're like just fucking, you turn your back to the closet, you're holding it in your hands just to keep her in there.
And you can see, like, as she's pushing out of the doors, like a little crack, and she wears glasses, so you can see like just a glimmer of her.
The dogs are going nuts, and then she's like, "Let me out!" That's hilarious. It's good shit, man.
She gets me every time, though.
Does she?
Now it's become a holiday tradition. Like
it is. So now that's a joke. Every time I come visit, it's like we got to lock up your grandma in the closet.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to Texas this year for the holidays. I think we're gonna go on a family trip somewhere. I think the family trip was supposed to be like North Carolina, but I don't know what that's gonna happen after this. Is that thing hit yet? I don't even know. I'm not keeping track of it. I don't think
so.
I'm just like, for once, it's like I don't want to say it's nice to see, but it's like okay, it's not coming for us, because if that fucking thing that's a big one. That's like the one last year that hit really hard, that was gonna hit really, really hard, and then it just kind of died down too.
Yeah, we got lucky. That hit Houston last year here, Harvey.
Yeah.
That was really bad.
That's the other thing that Elon talked about, that, his goal, even though he's developing all this technology, even to go fully electric to reduce emission, he's like, the dumbest thing we have done as humans is grab those fossil fuels and burn them and create, all this heat. It's like, it's fucking up everything. And even though I'm doing all this, it's going to take over 20 years to start making a difference. Like it's just too much. We've done too much damage. And it's like,
and people aren't willing to cut back on their super small conveniences for the fucking world.
Right. Like,
you can get rid of your, like, I'm using a paper straw. This is like totally biodegradable and it's not hurting anything. And, you can get rid of ditch your plastic straws. We've got silicone straws. Like, Whatever. I know people made a huge deal about it, but it's not really that big of a deal.
But you know what? It is a big deal because we're not the ones that contribute all this shit that's doing this. It's mostly fucking the rest of the world. Like we're the least of all of them creating all this shit. We
But
do have high emissions with cars and stuff like that. But dude, China's like the worst.
Yeah,
China
but we
is
can
like
still
the
do our
worst.
part.
Yeah.
Everybody can do like a little bit.
I'm sure you've seen the video of the Philippines where like the water's coming in with all that trash and it's like
because other places just have zero regulation.
Right.
Like, you can poop
Listen,
in the street and like just throw your shit out the window. Like not shit, but trash.
You think there's regulations in Venezuela about anything? I lived there. You know, no one gives a fuck. There's oil everywhere. Like, there's no regulations. Like, trust me, it's not us. So that's why people get all worked up when they do the straw thing, which, whatever, it helps. But
no, I'm not under any impression that it is all us. And I don't think people think that it is. But
a lot of people think so.
I don't know.
Again, people are not educated, you know?
But everybody can definitely do their part. And losing a minor convenience, I don't really care about that.
I barely use straws, so I could care less. I use straws in my drinks when I'm drinking, so it's like whatever. But
I'm just using it now. I generally don't, but like I don't want to like do this on the camera constantly.
Yeah.
Thirsty girl.
You're thirsty. Thirsty.
Speaking of thirsty.
What?
I think Nicki Minaj is so thirsty.
Why?
I've been wanting to talk about this.
Why? What happened?
On my rant when
Cardi B
and Cardi B were at Harper's Bazaar Icons at the Plaza. It was last Friday. So everything was cool. They were doing the press junket right there on the red carpet. Cardi B came by. You know, reporters say she was happy and, you know, she looked amazing. And Nicki came by, did her thing on the red carpet. And then, like, everybody goes inside and they say, like, 5 minutes later, they just hear screaming. And I watched the video. Cardi is like, bitch, come here, like over and over and over. And like, you can see Nicki just hiding behind a barrage of bodyguards. And she looks like, I mean, I'm sure she's trying to keep her composure a little bit too. I'm not going to completely trash on her. But she looks like a kind of a little bitch standing in the corner. She can talk. She talks so much crap about everybody. She is just a triggered, she's, what is the word? Bothered. Oh, thank you, Joshua.
What'd he say?
Looking good, Shannon, with a thumbs up and a smiley face.
Oh, that's sweet.
He's the one that usually gives me a hard time. He told me my hair looked like a macchiato. Or
I don't know who that is.
Some sort of gross drink. But anyway, so Cardi starts yelling at Nicki, and she can't get to her. So she takes off and throws her shoe.
And that's her signature move.
Yeah. And throughout this whole thing, like her dress is torn off at the bottom. You can see her butt. Like she's wearing underwear, so it's not like completely bare ass. But she walks out and she's like real life Cinderella because she's walking down in her gown and she's only got one slipper on.
This is too much, man.
So afterwards, Cardi walks out with this big knot on her forehead.
I saw the picture.
Apparently, it looks terrible. Like
it looks fake. Like I was
Cardi,
like, holy shit.
It does look fake. It looks like, I mean, I'm not exaggerating. It looks like a water-filled giant cyst.
Right.
Her eyebrows, you know, a little smudged and her eyeliner's a little bit smudged. But other than that, she looks great.
Right.
But then like Nicki goes on her show, which our blog or our, you know, podcast is way better than Nicki Minaj's.
Oh, totally.
But she's got these cheesy, like whenever she like tries to throw shade, she has to let her audience know by doing this like explosion sound. I'm like, if you have to let your audience know when your punchline is, that's terrible.
The art of throwing shade is that you throw the shade,
exactly.
And it's so like good shade, subtle.
Yeah, you don't have to explain yourself.
Yeah, if you're explaining yourself to throw shade, you shouldn't be throwing shade. And I'm sorry, you're not throwing shade.
No, and it's pathetic. It's a pathetic attempt. And, you know, Nicki, I like her songs and stuff, but I do have to say, she is the queen of being bothered. She is intimidated by, I think, other females, especially in her genre of work. She's had, she said once in an interview, like, she's not intimidated by competition, which is
Mm-hmm.
basically saying she is. Because if you're not intimidated, you don't say that. You just go on with your life. You know, you do what you do and you don't worry about other people like peasants, and you don't give them the time of day. But, you know, she's thrown shade at Little Kim, K. Michelle, Remy Ma.
Oh, she threw shit at Little Kim, and Little Kim didn't come back?
Well, Little Kim was the one that, I guess she kind of started it, but I mean, you would be blind to not see that Nicki Minaj did kind of cop Lil Kim's look a little bit. And then it's kind of just playing off. And it's not because she's a female rapper. It just is. And I mean, the similarities are there. Well, even with the looks, the outfits and stuff, the hair.
Right.
But in an interview, she said something about, you know, when Floyd Mayweather gets in the ring, does he try to knock you out or wipe your ass, kiss you, and play footsie or something like that? So it's kind of weird to me that she went on her own podcast and she was like, I was just so humiliated by what Cardi did. We're hanging with the upper echelon, and I bet you Nicki Minaj can't even spell echelon.
She probably it's like Crayolas and shit.
Yeah, because Nicki, no. She can come at Taylor Swift or Demi Lovato, who she also had beef with, Farrah from Teen Mom. She went after Miley Cyrus, but she will not say anything to Cardi's face. Like, she can, like, how is that not, like, she basically called Cardi ghetto and said that she was going to get herself killed acting like that, which is terrible, first of all. Like,
wow, you're really involved in this story. It's like, holy shit, you're like super into it.
I'm bouncing back and forth now because this is just so stupid, and Nicki needs to just calm herself down. Like, she is the queen of being bothered, and she's pretending so hard. I think when you have to try so hard not to be bothered, like, that just shows everybody that you really are bothered. But she also likes to talk shit to these little white girls. But when someone like Cardi, who is competition, and Cardi, her work so far, I mean, I know she's just done one album, but she's got like 90 nominations right now.
I didn't even care about nominations. I actually like her whole three-quarters of her only album.
Yeah.
Like, Lady Gaga needs to step her shit up because Lady Gaga was my number one. And lately with this Joanne shit she's been pulling for the past few years, it's like
old.
It's like, this is not why we got into it. This is not this is not working. This is not working for me. It's not me. It's you. When I met you, you were crazy
changed.
Gaga with the hair and like pop, crazy, famous. You know, like that video that I always share with you when I'm talking about you.
And then
I didn't sign up for Joanne or you with fucking Frank Sinatra. It's like Metallica doing the stupid album with Louis Reed. That was horrible. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? Like, I get it. Like,
you're different. You're just like everybody else. Because I remember when she first came out, she was like, no, you know, some people, I dress this way for my fans. And like, this is what it is. This is who I am. This is my act. And now she's like, this is not who I am. I am not a clown. You know, so it's like, make up your mind.
It's like, okay, this is why you became famous and you made a shitload of money. It's all right to do your Joanne thing for like, let's say a year. Okay, this is the real me. But come on, man. It's just like, when Metallica goes on stage, the new shit's good, but you want to hear Master of Puppets, you know? It's like, it's just like, I don't understand it.
Kind of like forgetting your roots.
It's like Jim Carrey. Like, look at Jim Carrey now. Like, Jim Carrey's like, doesn't even give a fuck about comedy anymore. It's all like real serious shit. It's like, so.
I still love him.
I do too. I do too. I really do. I really do too. But it's just, to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you love something, like, you came up as a stand-up comedian doing comedy. You did some serious shit, but you haven't done comedy since then. Like, why do you hate comedy all of a sudden? That's what. Well, I guess he did Dumb and Dumber too, but you know.
I don't think he hates comedy because he was on a show. I think, was it Bill Maher? He was like,
well, no, he can't hate comedy. There's no way. That's why he, came up as, as a
Lady
comedian.
Gaga. Joshua said Lady Gaga's coming out with a movie. Oh yeah, she's playing. It's oh God, what is her name?
What movie?
It's a real person.
Oh, like fake, not a movie about her. It's like a
Star is Born. So it was a movie that was already made, but they're remaking the movie.
Oh.
Who is it about?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm thinking, Barbara Streisand?
Oh God, of course she is. Well, I heard she was a good actress. I don't know. I haven't seen her in Horror Stories. Is that what she did?
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't love her in Horror Story. That's the one season that I wasn't all about. I love that show.
You know what? I need to watch that show, man. There's so many
You would
shows.
love it.
I need to watch that. I need to watch Billions. I need to watch Ballers. I need to watch Westworld season 2. I need to watch so much shit, and I can't because Nicole, all she does is sleep.
The new season of Ballers just came out recently too. I watched the first episode and
Silicon Valley. I need to catch up with Silicon Valley. It's like one of my favorite shows.
I
Like
need to binge watch that. I watched
it's
one
super
season.
dorky. It's all real of shit that happens in Silicon Valley, and then it's Mike Judge. Like fucking A. Like Mike Judge is one of my heroes, man. King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead. Dude, I was watching Beavis and Butthead before I knew English. I would laugh like Butthead before I knew English. That's how I learned English. It was horrible.
We used
I
to be
love
like
that.
TP for my bunghole and cornholio. Like
I am Cornholio. I need TV for my bunghole. I love that stuff. Love it. All right. Well, shit, man. It's been quite a show here. You went on your rant, ran out of breath. We've been going for an hour and like 10, 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah. We're way past our time. So plug. Follow. Subscribe. Go to the Anchor
Share.
page, the Chris Shanon Show, and you can download the show on any platform that you use for podcasts. We know you're listening.
Invite your friends.
Invite your
them to
friends.
come on
Share the
over.
page. Tell them to download and subscribe to the show if you like it. Give us some
Share
feedback.
us a meme.
Yeah, send us an email. Tell us we suck. Send us a message. Tell
We
us you
have some
hate
guests
us.
coming up the next few weeks.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
What do we have coming up?
Next week, she's a licensed therapist. We're going to talk about something that we touched on last week, internet sickness, the age of the
that's gonna be good. That's gonna be
Yeah.
good. What else? Who else?
Still, we've got a comedian coming up.
Oh, that's right.
Taylor Higginbotham. He's out of Denton. He's in the comedy circuit here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then we've touched base with a woman who wants to she's in the tiny house movement.
A tiny house. I like that stuff. I always wanted a tiny house.
Super interesting.
What about? Have you talked to Neil?
We've reached out. He's still, he's got a super busy schedule.
He must.
So
be
I was
super
like, well, if
busy.
we can't get you, I guess we'll settle for Bill Nye. But
Yeah. What about
We'll take
Elon?
both.
Has Elon gotten back to you?
Elon,
I really want him on the
has
show.
A lot on his plate right now. Like he's been popping sleeping pills, and that's been
Busy,
giving him
busy.
issues. Yeah, busy guy. He's going through some emotional struggles right now too. So we're just gonna.
Man.
I mean, whenever he frees up, we want him and one of his cute little robots.
Who else? Who else did we want on the show? Every time I want somebody, like I would just message like, "Make we want Cardi, obviously."
Cardi, we want Cardi.
What did her
Who
post
do
just
you
say?
guys
What-
want? Like, I want to know who everybody. Like, what kind of people do you want? Who do you want to see on the show? Like, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. What did Cardi B post has said? We're all on her side. We're big fans.
Yeah, we follow her like constantly. Like every time I go to like something, like I'm like, oh, Christian's already like this, or like Christian hasn't liked this one yet.
I said this before. I just love the way she talks. I love how she's like straight up Bronx, New York. Like,
Oh.
she's just like fucking.
Queen B chose a side. Beyonce has been playing Cardi B ahead of her concerts, like before she goes on stage. So Beyonce is like amazing at her subtlety. And,
So that's how
so-
she's been knighted. Like in England, they make you're knighted. That's the Queen Bee. She
Mhm.
called it. That's it. It's done.
yeah. So she said, I chose a side. So I mean, you can't
go wrong with that.
go wrong with that.
So we're gonna have Cardi B. We're gonna have Elon Musk. We're gonna have Neil deGrasse Tyson. Who else? There was somebody else that I wanted.
I wonder if Trump would do our show. That'd be
He's a publicist whore. He'll probably do it. I mean-
probably super easy to get him on.
Yeah, he did Ali G back in the day, but he walked out right away. Oh, that's the other show I want to watch with fucking Sacha Baron Cohen. He has a new show that he just talks with people.
What is
Yeah.
America?
Yes, don't tell me anything. I haven't seen it.
Okay,
Hashtag
I've
spoiler
just been
alert.
watching clips. It is so freaking hilarious. One
Is
guy
it?
that was on the show, Roy Moore.
Don't
not
tell
gonna
me.
tell
Don't
you.
tell me.
It's
Don't
like
tell me.
news. It's not about the show.
Don't tell me.
He was on the show, but he's suing for $95 million. It's like, dude, you should have done your due diligence. Nobody made you do or say anything.
That means he did the right thing. That's
yeah,
awesome.
exactly.
Oh man. All right. So we're working hard on this. Hey, what happened with the Satanic Church?
We're still working on it. They specifically said they passed me up to like the lead Satanist.
Like this is like I'm really super serious about this. Like I want to fucking talk to them. Like I really
have
do.
Screenshots. I sent you screenshots. So this is real, legit happening. But I guess maybe because they've been in the news recently and they are doing the circuit right now and they're just so busy.
Right. All right. Well, time to wrap it up. We've been going forever. All right. Those are the upcoming guests. And everybody, if you're listening to the podcast, subscribe. There was a great review. I think I fixed all the audio now. They all sound really good in the past 3 episodes. And like us on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. Come on when we're on Facebook. Thursdays at 8 Eastern. Between 8 and 8:30 Eastern. We try to time it around that way. So if you're around home, laying around, doing nothing, come interact with us live. Come participate. We love that. And then if you want to know, like we're literally on Spotify and every other platform out there. We're getting tons of downloads. So whatever it's easy for you guys. We know a lot of you like jump in for like 5 minutes or so and then go and listen to the whole thing later because I can see all that stuff. So that's really cool. So
we're everywhere. No excuse not to listen.
No excuse. So we love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And until next week, I guess we'll see you next week. Come around and we'll get Cardi B up in this bitch.